You know the name Kanye West, maybe for his music, maybe for his scandals, or maybe for his faith. But behind the fame, the fashion, and the flashing lights, there is a story few truly understand. A story not of ego, but of emptiness, not of luxury, but of loss. This is the story of a man who had it all and gave it all up to kneel before God. If this story moves you, then say it out loud. I still believe in redemption. And if you haven't yet, make sure to like this video and subscribe, because what you're about to hear will challenge everything you thought you knew. Kanye was born in Atlanta, but raised in Chicago. Only child of Donda, a beloved college professor, and Ray, a former Black Panther and photojournalist, Kanye grew up surrounded by art, culture, and big dreams. While other kids played outside, he was producing beats in his bedroom and writing rhymes in his notebooks. But the music industry didn't take him seriously. He was just the producer behind the hits. And Kanye, he didn't want to be behind the scenes. He wanted the mic. Then one night, everything changed. In 2002, Kanye West was involved in a near-fatal car accident that left his jaw shattered and wired shut. Most would have gone silent. Kanye, he recorded a song. Through gritted teeth and a broken mouth, he poured his pain into a track called Through the Wire. It wasn't just music. It was a declaration. You can't stop me. That moment didn't just introduce Kanye the rapper. It revealed Kanye the fighter. From there, his rise was explosive. Albums like Graduation and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy redefined hip-hop. He wasn't just topping charts, he was changing the game. Fashion endorsements sold out arenas. Kanye West was a global force. The world bowed, but something deeper was breaking, because behind the flashing lights, behind the arrogance and the headlines, was a son grieving. In 2007, his mother Donda, his anchor, his protector, his heart, died unexpectedly after a cosmetic surgery procedure. The loss was devastating. Kanye unraveled. After Donda's death, Kanye's world spun out of control. He began spiraling, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Public outbursts, erratic interviews, bizarre stage moments. People laughed. They called him crazy, egotistical, lost. But few realized this wasn't about fame anymore. It was grief. It was trauma. It was a broken soul screaming for help. Even with the glitz of the Kardashian empire and the illusion of the perfect life, Kanye was sinking. Married to Kim Kardashian, living in luxury, yet battling demons behind closed doors. He was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Episodes of mania followed by deep depression, medication, isolation, but through the chaos, a whisper began to grow louder. I gave my life to Christ. I'm not just a celebrity, I'm a servant. At first, people rolled their eyes. Kanye, talking about Jesus? Then came Sunday. It started quietly, almost like a rumor. Kanye was hosting something called Sunday service, not a concert, not a tour, a worship gathering. No tickets, no promotion, just music, choirs dressed in white. Gospel harmonies echoing through mountaintops and prairies. A new Kanye emerged, not screaming into microphones, but lifting his hands in praise. Celebrities came, skeptics watched, the world blinked, and then he dropped the bomb. In 2019, Kanye released an album titled Jesus is King. No profanity, no ego, just praise. Songs like Selah, God Is, and Follow God made one thing unmistakably clear. Kanye wasn't playing a part. He was preaching. The music world was stunned. Some hailed it as brilliant, others mocked it, many walked away. But Kanye didn't. He stood firm for the first time, not in his own strength, but in his faith. The backlash was brutal. Critics accused him of using religion as a publicity stunt. They called it a phase, a breakdown, a marketing trick, but Kanye didn't fight back with anger. He responded with worship. He began showing up in prisons, not as a performer, but as a messenger. He brought Sunday service to inmates, singing about forgiveness and freedom in places the world had forgotten. He started speaking boldly about repentance, salvation, and grace, not just on stages, but in interviews, studios, and churches. He said, "I used to be a slave to culture. Now I'm a servant of Christ." And whether people believed him or not, something undeniable happened. People listened. Millions who would never step into a church heard the gospel in his songs. Lives were touched. Young people started asking questions about God because Kanye West was talking about Jesus. Today, Kanye lives under a different kind of spotlight. Gone are the stadium tours and red carpets. In their place, moments of silence, moments of seeking, moments of surrender. He still stumbles. He still says the wrong things. He's far from perfect. But this is a man in process. A man who had it all and realized none of it could save him. A man who once craved applause and now craves peace. A man who fell and found grace at the bottom. Kanye West may never be the hero the world wanted, but maybe that's the point, because God doesn't always use the polished. Sometimes he uses the cracked to let the light shine through. And if he can use Kanye, he can use you too. So before you go, make sure you've liked this video, shared it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe for more powerful stories like this. And in the comments write, "If God can change him, he can change me."